Leos are fun, but dangerous.
Modeling in China is like, it's hell. I've realized that when you're doing some creative, cool projects with like photographers where the team just like wants to create and it's giving more art, those things are fun. But just like the things that bring in you money, they're not fun at all. I always wanted to be a model.
The highest rates of anxiety, depression, all these mental health issues are all the richest countries.
Be grateful for the life that you have.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
someone's dad is dying in the war now. Someone's child just got bombed. People are so like judging here. He called me a fucking idiot because I bought water with like my credit card.
You also said trauma bonding. What trauma bonding were you referring to exactly?
It's basically this like emotional manipulation when at first you're like so loving and then you just like super dismissive. And so the person thinks that the problem is like, I'm the problem, I did something wrong because he's acting weird. Like, why is he acting like that? He was so nice and now he's not. The more the person is like smart and intelligent, the less they're like connected with their soul.
Dating other people aspect of it will teach you how other people will treat you and how those things make you feel.
If the guy is like cool and good enough and like on top of his shit doing his work, he would not be like on Riot.
If I called your ex now,
Don't do that.
Let's get him on the show. Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm your host, Zach Evans, along here with my co-host, Mohammed Molai. And first of all, thank you to all of our listeners. We've been getting a ton of growth over the last few months, and we got to thank all of you guys out there for that. Today, we got a special guest on the show. This is Marina. Marina, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself to the audience, your name, what you do, and your star sign.
Okay, my name is Marina Phillips. I'm a model, and I just recently started acting, and I also do TikTok. But like, yeah, I'd say acting is my passion now. My star sign is Leo.
Leo, interesting.
Yeah, people say I'm not like.
I didn't
enough
expect
Leo,
that at all.
Really?
Yeah,
What would you think I am?
Like one of the nice signs, you know, like
Leos are nice. They're like
Leos are fun, but dangerous a little bit. Why did you smile when I said dangerous?
I don't think so.
Well, what did I tell you about bringing toxic people onto the show?
I'm like the most non-toxic.
I'm pretty
Leo.
sure my therapist told me I'm not supposed to talk to Leos
What's
anymore.
your sign?
I'm the best one. Smart, funny, attractive, tall, good-looking, smart, funny, and attractive. Yeah.
Pisces. Okay. What about you?
yes.
I have no idea. I'm so bad with signs.
Just throw something.
Virgo.
Yes.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I'm psychic.
I didn't believe in signs until I met Mo, and he was a Virgo. And I don't know if you know Virgo. They're supposed to be like giant nerds, like very like logical, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll go to like, hey, you want to like grab lunch? I'll be like in the room with him. I'm like, yeah, sure. It'll be like 10 minutes later. It's like Google Calendar invite from Mohammed, and it's like lunch at like 10:30. I'm like, Mo, I'm right here. Like he does spreadsheets. He got everything organized.
That's so
it's like
funny.
that kind of thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I started modeling when I was 14. I went to Tokyo by myself. It was a fun experience in China. And yeah, it was very nice because I was able to like get lots of money for my age, but it was very, very hard to work. They're insanely hard. Like modeling in China is like, it's hell. Like people don't understand how hard it was.
And you're tall. You did fashion or you did commercial? You're like probably right on that line.
I'm 5'10", but like in China, you don't really. It's not like super fashion. It's just like it's more of like quantity than quality. You don't do like cool stuff, but you do like you work every day and they're paying per hour, and it's like $250 per hour. So you're getting a lot of money. But also the specific thing about working in China is that you don't have like a fixated working day, like 8-hour day. If they want, because they're paying per hour, they can hold you on set for like 15 hours. Like my maximum longest job was like 14 hours and it's like insane. And it's not like you're chilling, you're just doing something. It's you're literally like standing in the background. They even ask you to like not go change to the changing room because it's like taking time. They're asking like all the team to just turn around and they're like changing you on the spot so they save time.
I remember, the first model that I dated, right? I remember she had like a sketchy kind of like, she was like not sure if it was legit. She's like, can you come with me? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we get to the place, and literally all day it's just outfit, shot, 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 boom. Next outfit, shot, 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 shot. And I remember thinking, I was like, is this fun for you?
No.
Is it like, it seems like why do you want to become a model? You know what I mean? Like, to me, modeling doesn't seem enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, it may be the artistic thing, but like, is it fun, or is it like a way for you to make money?
You know what? When you're doing, I've realized that when you're doing some creative, cool projects with like photographers, where the team just like wants to create and it's giving more art, those things are fun. But just like the things that bring in you money, they're not fun at all.
Okay, so you kind of do the money gigs to support yourself, but then actually you like doing the artistic stuff.
Yeah.
Usually Leos aren't very artistic, but you seem like maybe you're like a Pisces rising or something. Yeah,
this
you actually
year,
have some cool shit.
This year was like insane for me in the sense of like my like spiritual and creativity awakening. I just started like playing guitar and singing, and I just like I want to go dancing too, do this all kinds of stuff. It's like really interesting to me now.
How old are you?
22.
Okay, so you went to Asia when this is basically like 8 years ago, yeah? And that's prior to the war.
Yeah.
So first of all, how did you get recruited? How did you end up going to China?
I always wanted to be a model, and when I was like 13 and already like the height that was like okay, there was minimal height, we applied to the agency in Ukraine. I just like Googled best agencies, applied to them. They were like, yeah, you're amazing. They signed me and they did a few test shoots. It's like when they're making like when they're building portfolio for you in order to like clients then see like you on the like what you're able to do, like your posing, your face, how you look on camera. We did a few of those, and they had a casting to Japan. Like the boss from Tokyo agency came to Ukraine, and she was like scouting girls, and they liked me, and they invited me to Tokyo like 1 month later after I like finished the visa process. I went there.
And so your parents didn't go with you, or did
No.
So you went alone at 14.
I went alone.
How did they feel about that at that point?
They were really supportive, and also it's like, yeah, you're going by yourself, but I was like I'm pretty intelligent for my age, I'd say, and responsible. So, and I knew English well, and if you know language, it's like you can get lost. You can can also always ask people and like just get whatever you need. And also, you had agency there. They wasn't like babysitting you, but still, if you need any help, they're there to help you. So, and Tokyo it was an amazing time. It's such a safe place. We would never like lock the house. In the metro, you can like sleep with your cell phone like in your hand without worrying that someone will steal it. And it's just like such a cool, safe feeling.
But that still had to be kind of scary. Or no?
No, it was like a different world. Like I've never experienced this kind of like feeling of safety and like cleanness.
I'm not referring to the city as much. I'm just like, okay, so I'm from Wisconsin, right? We're like Canada's drunk little cousin, right? And it's kind of like if you're in Wisconsin, you work the same factory your dad worked at for 40 years, and then you make a casserole and then you die, and that's like your life. Like everybody stays in. Like I went back a couple of months ago to Wisconsin, and like my high school friends are going to the same bowling alley we went to. One of them was wearing his leather jacket, and I was like, I just want to shake you out of your comfort zone. And these are guys in their 30s, you know. But I feel like most people are scared to leave something that's comfortable, and they know, and you have all your friends there, and you have your support network. So why did you feel like, what was it about your upbringing or your personality that made you either not fear that, or maybe you did fear that, but you're just like, fuck it, this is what I want to do and I'm going to go for it?
This was kind of the opportunity that not every girl gets, and I was actually like super excited about that. And also because we knew that like Tokyo was completely safe, that agency would like help you if you need anything. And also the big part why my parents were so chill is because they at that time there were a few girls in YouTube, like models, who would like vlog their life and like explain basically like step by step like what's happening, what will be happening with you. So I would like play this YouTube to my parents and they would be like more chill about it, because it is like nothing
The
crazy.
TikTok influencers convinced them. You're like, look, this she has a cool vlog. She's in Tokyo.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Interesting.
So you were in at that point. How long were you there?
I was in Tokyo for like 2 month contract.
And then you went back to Ukraine. Okay. And then what did you end up doing in Ukraine?
Continuing school, because I
And
missed
modeling.
like 2 months of school. And it's actually so insane when the kids were like really jealous because first of all, I was in Japan for 2 months. Second of all, I missed 2 months of school. And I remember when I came back to my school, I had 2 huge bags of like Japanese sweets and snacks, and I was so excited to share with people. I come into the class, I'm like, hey, nobody said hi to me.
Crazy.
Yeah. And ever since I started modeling, I didn't really have friends, especially girls. I had like 2 bros that I was like friends with. We're still friends with them, but with girls, like it was hard to connect.
I bet girls, especially at that age, like the jealousy and competitiveness is pretty crazy.
They would cut me off from like all the class chats and everything.
Were they overt about it? Like, were they like talk shit to you, or was it they'd say, oh, hey, I love your dress, and then just like never text you and never invite you to anything? Was it more like,
no, it was more like a cold and negative. They weren't like smiling in my face.
Crazy. Yeah, girls are vicious.
At what point did you end up coming to the U.S.?
3 years ago. We were planning to move here before the war started, because my mom, she had a boyfriend at the time and he's American. So he proposed to her when he visited us in Ukraine. So we started document process, but because of the war, it like kind of sped up the process. So yeah, that's how we were able to get here. I already have my green card.
Hey, congrats. Let's go.
You just got it recently.
You did the lottery, or you married somebody?
My mom.
Through your mom.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I was so lucky, because I was like 19, and until 21 you're like considering as your mom's child. You just like go as an addition to her. So that's how it happened.
Nice. Well, hey, I know people still waiting. They were like, it's been like 5 years. I'm like, 5 years?
Wow.
It's like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, like a marriage-based green card, so they're the fastest one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Even like ours took us 3 years, but people like get it way faster, I think.
Yeah, I mean there's been cases getting their green card in like 2 months, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Also, we don't have a lawyer or anything. We just like applied everything by ourselves. So I guess that's why it took longer.
Yeah, those usually take a while. So you guys moved here right before the war started?
After
The war started. And how did that tell me like your experience, because at that point you're 19, you know that you're going to come to the US, and then the war starts. And so what's going through your mind?
So I always saw myself in the US. I always wanted to be here. I was growing up with Nickelodeon, like watching all the shows. They raised me, and I was like, yeah, that's where I want to be. But when the war started, it's like I never wanted to live in Ukraine as much as in my entire life. Like now all I want is to like be there. Of course, I understand that here it's better for me to like grow and like earn money, but still I love Ukraine. I bought a house there from the money I made from modeling when I was 15, and I lived there for just like 6 months because it would still build, because we bought it when there was just like a plan of the house. So it took a few years to build that. And we lived there for 6 months, and then the war happened. And actually, this is a crazy story, but I left Ukraine a few hours before they started bombing us.
Whoa.
Without knowing, because my mom was like, I'm so afraid of the war, you should go visit your sister, should stay with her. I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? Like, war is not gonna happen. And she was like, no, go. She bought me a ticket, and for like just 2 days to just like visit my sister. And my flight was the last flight that ever left Kyiv. Like I was in the airport, and and the flights that were next after mine started like canceling. And I'm like, what
Crazy.
the hell? I told my parents, and they were like, they already knew. They're like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and I flew to Germany. We went to bed, and at like 9 a.m. we woke up because parents started calling us that we're getting bombed.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always forget how like lucky we have it being in America, where it's like nobody like bombs us. We don't have like someone right next to us. So like people like argue about wars on like Instagram and shit, and I'm like, we have it so easy. Like we just sit here and we have the giant ocean between us, and
Yeah.
like we have like no real problems here. Like it's like
War in Ukraine really shifted my perspective, and now whenever I'm like, oh, I'm sad, or oh, I'm having trouble, I'm like, wake the fuck up.
I've been telling people this for so long. It's crazy. So the highest rates of anxiety, depression, all these mental health issues are all the richest countries.
Yeah.
And that's my theory is like, it's like, yeah, if you live in Venezuela and like you might walk outside and get shot, and if you want water, you have to like walk 3 miles to the well on your Android phone. You know what I mean? It's like you have real problems. So like when like, oh, my boyfriend broke up with me, it's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's like, at least I have water. At least I'm like safe. You know what I mean?
So
and I think
true.
that in America, everybody's so coddled with participation trophies and you're great just the way you are. All you have to do is like say I am worthy 20 times in the mirror every morning and you're going to be great. And it's like, no, actually you have to like put the work in, and you have to like do shit, and you have to like become the person that deserves.
And be grateful for the life that you have.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
someone's dad is dying on the war now. Someone's child just got bombed. Someone just went to bed and never woke up because the rocket hit their home. Like, you don't really have any reasons to be sad because, like, I don't know, you can't buy a new iPhone or whatever.
Yeah.
So you said that you bought a house or bought an apartment when you were 15? That's kind of crazy. Why did you do that?
Well, I was like, I'm being smart with my money. I'm not going to get bags. I'm going to invest into a property. But like, I invested everything I've earned in 2 years in Asia to this house. And this is such a nice house. It's like the coolest house in the city, the coolest apartment complex in the city. It was just so beautiful and nice, and I built it with like my whole heart. And now I can't even like I wasn't in Ukraine for like 3 years, so it's just like standing there because I don't want to get rid of it because like it's my first house. I want to keep like living there when I come back, and I hope I'll come back soon. So it's just like standing there for now. I don't rent it out, I don't do anything.
How did it feel like being 15 years old and buying your own house?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Did you tell your friends?
Once the house was built, yeah. Because my mom like raised me, don't ever like say about like cool stuff beforehand. So like everything's nice.
Don't count your chickens.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
So did you guys like not have, like, did your parents not have money to like have their own house or something, or?
So my parents got divorced when I was like 7. So
Okay.
father used to live in his like apartment. He moved out from our like home where we used to be all together, and we had a house. It was like 3-bedroom apartment, but in like a very, very old building. And this one is like the first business class apartment in my hometown. So it was definitely like an upgrade.
What did your mom say when you decided to do that?
Well, she was very happy and proud of me.
Oh, really?
Obviously. Yeah. It's so crazy. They couldn't even like put the house on my name because I was underage. So we had to put it on mom's name. And yeah, because like nobody buys houses when they're 15.
Right.
Yeah.
But your mom is here now, that you said.
In Texas, yeah.
Okay, so did you guys move to Texas
Austin.
originally?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you from there moved to LA. Okay.
And then New York, and then LA again. But I like New York more.
Nah. That's fake news, CNN.
No.
Nah.
So why are you in LA?
I have more work here.
It's better. Weather's better. Everything's better.
Weather is the only part about LA that I love so much.
What do you
Okay.
like about New York?
Yeah.
the feeling of like a real city and community, and then I can just like walk there and find adventures, and that it's like, I don't know, it just makes me want to be busy and like to become a millionaire faster. Here I'm like so chill.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Miami, New York, LA, right?
Okay.
Those are like the three main cities. LA's the best, Miami's second, New York's third.
New York's third?
New York's third. So the reason is I base cities on culture. I think that's okay. It has tall buildings. It's a building. It's like a bunch of bricks and whatever. Who cares? The culture of the values in, for example, Miami. Miami values flash, right? So money, Lambos, bottle service. Like Miami's great if you want to spend $10K a weekend trying to get laid, right? And then, you know, blame feminism if it doesn't work. That's Miami. New York is all about pedigree. They value, hey, like, maybe you didn't do anything with your life, but like your dad has a house in the Hamptons and he paid for your tuition at Harvard or Yale or one of these schools. So like you're cool because like your dad has money, right? LA's the only one where like your dad could be a janitor and it doesn't matter. If you're an amazing singer or model or actor and you have talent and you work hard, you're valued based on your talent. Honestly, you don't even have to be that talented. You could be a moron with a ring light and make more money than like an actual surgeon. And that's why LA is the best to me, because like despite all the homeless dude pooping in a bag outside of Whole Foods and everything, it's like this is the place where anybody can make it. Whereas the other ones, it feels like it's like, yeah, New York, kind of have to know people. You know what I mean? It has
like
that.
It's more here like that. Like if you don't know people, LA will be like so boring and like awful.
Yeah, you're right, but you can meet those people. Where like New York, you have to have like the family ties. Like it has to be like my dad knows your uncle, so now like we fucking, you know what I mean? LA, you could just go to a party and meet some like TikToker with like 10 million followers.
But also people are so like judging here. Like if just a
that's
regular person will like trying to talk to them or meet them, they'll be like, who are you?
Yeah. How many
Whether in New York, if you're like all in one bar, you're like, hey bro, like, you know what I mean? They're more like welcoming.
But that's also why I like LA, because like you build. So for example, I've been here like 10 years probably, right? So I had to spend the time to network, get to know people. How do you get into this party? Like you can't just get in, right? You have to like know people. So if some tourist comes in with a bunch of money, it doesn't matter. He could have $10 million in the bank. He's not going to know where to go. He's not going to know who to talk to. What are the poppin' spots? Like you can't just, whereas like Miami, you can just buy your way in. You just, oh, it's 11 tonight. Okay, here's how much a table is. You just buy your way in. Where LA, it's like you have to work your way in. So like if I put in the work, I don't want some fucker coming in from Saudi Arabia and, you know, taking all my shit. So. Okay.
I have never thought about it this way. But...
So yeah, stay in LA. That's the bottom line of the story. Stay in LA.
So then when you came to the US, you continued doing modeling. Yeah. Did the modeling world and industry ever make you question your worth?
Not question my worth, but definitely made me lots of issues with like my self-image. Yeah. And like body image and body dysmorphia and stuff, for sure. Yeah.
Is that what you're like? Do you still suffer from that?
Yeah, I don't think it will ever go away. It's like it's already there, and yeah, I don't think it's coming away.
How do you deal with it on a day-to-day basis?
I'm just trying to like be the best version of myself. Like don't eat shit and work out, and like just stay active. And if I'm like not anorexically skinny, that's okay. Because like for modeling, you really got to be like anorexically skinny, and I'm not this type. Definitely, I'm a little bigger, and it was always a problem for me because like some models, they're like natural like that. They can eat burgers and fries and they're just like thin, so thin. And the other rest of the girls are girls who are dieting so badly. Like when I just started modeling, I would eat like 1 apple a day. I had like a crazy anorexia, and it was not fun. So yeah. It's like it's really messing up with your perception of yourself, and also self-esteem, yeah. And also you're like comparing yourself with all the girls, like she's skinnier, oh, I'm like the fattest model on the set, oh my god, I want to suicide. Like that's really sad. It hits you hard.
I could see that. It's so crazy to me because I see some of these girls and they're like, oh, I'm fat, and I'm like, where is this fat you're talking about? Is it underneath your like abs? Like, where's the fat? Is it underneath your rib cage? I don't see any fat anywhere, but I do think it's like a mental thing at some point.
For sure. And even if when I am skinny, I don't see myself as skinny. Like last summer when I just like broke up with my ex and I was super like sad and I was so skinny. I feel like I was like 15 pounds less than I am now, or maybe even 20, but I would look at myself and I will still see like I'm fat, you know?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you, I guess this self-image and your lack of self-esteem, did it ever affect your relationships?
Not real. I wouldn't say so. No.
So you wouldn't really bring it into the relationship where, you know, you would sort of vocalize the fact that I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, and why are you with me? I'm ugly.
No, I don't think like I wouldn't say that I'm ugly, or like I wouldn't like it's not that crazy of a problem in my head. Like for a regular person, I think I'm skinny, but for model, I'm like bigger, and I understand that, and I try to not hate myself for that. And actually, I just recently got signed with this new agency, and they have like all sizes and shapes. It's more about like your face and your personality. And I really love their approach, and we just started working with them, and they're like, you're perfect, you're beautiful, like just embrace it. And I started, because it's like the first time when I hear from the agency that like you don't have to lose weight, or like you look good. So this kind of like mentality is really healthy and cool. It even encourages me more to like be healthy, because when I hear that, oh, you got to lose like a few centimeters in your hips, I'm like, I'll be dieting, and then I'll be binge eating, and at the end I'm gonna be even bigger than when they told me.
Because then the binge eating makes up for everything.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So you were saying about your recent breakup. So is it how long ago was this?
A year ago.
You broke up a year ago, or you were in a relationship?
Yeah, okay. Broke up a year ago. We were almost like 2 years together.
Got it. You were 2 years together, and so you broke up when you were 21, and you started dating when you were 19. That's when you moved here, no? So as soon as you moved here, you started dating someone?
So when we just moved there, here, we were in Texas, and my stepdad, he used to live in the very, very small town. Like I've never thought that I'm gonna like be stuck in such a hole, because it was like really bad. It was like maybe 5,000 people lived there. It was a very small village in Texas, and it was very different from like the world I used to live. And I didn't have a work document at the time, so I was stuck in my room. Like the only entertainment that we had was like to go to Walmart for grocery shopping. It was like the only thing, and it was the closest cool city was Austin, but it was like 2 hours away by car. So I would just like sit in my room and wait for my work authorization to then go and like start modeling, because I couldn't start modeling and go anywhere until I had the documents, and it would like take forever. So I was just sitting in my room for 7 months, but because of that I started my TikTok, and then it started being my second main income after that. So it's like nothing that like everything that happens is for a reason, kind of, because if I didn't have that much free time, I wouldn't like start this whole TikTok UGC thing. So that's good. And then my friend from Ukraine, she wanted to visit New York, and she was like, I'm paying for a hotel. If you want to get tickets, like come visit me. So I visited her, and I met him. He was like in my DMs, but then in New York, he replied to my story, and I was like, oh, this guy lives here. Like maybe he can show us around. So I texted him, invited him out, and we started dating after.
But that would have been a long distance relationship at that point?
We were like not see each other for a month, but then like go somewhere together. Or he used to live in Miami at the time. We spent a little time in Miami. Then we went to visit my family in Germany. And then we lived in LA together. So it was
he was moving around with you?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
A crypto.
Green flag, right? Yeah. Crypto guys are always the best.
How old is he?
He was 10 years older than me.
Okay.
That's
So he was
normal.
29. So he was 29. You were 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what did your family say when they met him? Did they meet him?
Mm-hmm.
What did they say?
They met him right away. They loved him.
Mm-hmm.
They really loved him.
So no issues, not a toxic relationship, just everything was kind of...
No, it was very toxic at the end.
See, the Leos.
As we were
It's the Leos.
progressing.
Yeah. Leos always, they end up in toxic.
No, at first it all started as fairy tale, and I was the happiest person. He lifted me up so high, and then like dropped me to the.
Why? What happened?
Just like the way. I don't think he was ever like the person who he was trying to seem in this like 3-month period. He was like the nicest version of himself that don't really exist in the real world.
The first three
first
months.
3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first 3 months, he was this like dreamy person
He
that
was
was like doing
insane.
everything for
It
you.
was insane. It
So
was
love
like,
bombing hard.
yeah.
And then what happened after that 3 months?
Well, he
Like
was,
like do you remember the first moment where you were
Yeah.
where you were like, wait, what the fuck?
the first moment after 3 months, we went to Europe, and you know how you like really starting to like you really learn the person more once
Sure.
you're like traveling with them, and it was like very bad. He was like negative. He was he wouldn't like want to hang out with me a lot. He brought his computer and he was like playing video games and stuff. And the moment that was like shocking for me, he called me a fucking idiot because I bought water with like my credit card, and it had a fee on it, while he was like trying to give me cash. Like it was just a dumb reason, and he called me a fucking idiot for that. And I was like, well, that's not okay. But the thing with love bombing is whenever they like lift you that high, you always feel that it might come back. And well, if I felt that if they were like this, then he will be like this again. But it's not true. It was just like this. But because you felt that love, and you were like, well, this is the person that used to like be so lovey-dovey with me. Like, where did this go? And it's just like, yeah, it's illusion.
Did you have a conversation with him about this?
Yeah, tons of times.
And what was he saying?
But it was like, I am not like, I don't have any rights to diagnose him, but if I were diagnosed him, I would diagnose him as narcissist. Like 1,000%.
Like every girl, every single girl.
No, it's like I hate talking about this and saying this because it's like I don't want to put like labels and say this about the person, but it was true. It was like really true. And when we were trying to like work on our relationships, right, I've heard about this. I was like studying a lot about narcissism, and I was reading a book and like watching podcasts about it, and like the how people act and how they are in the relationship. And I was like, whoa, I think like we both kind of are, like we should work on it. It's like, you are, I'm not. I'm like, well, that's exactly what a narcissist
You're like, that's what I was thinking, but I was trying to be nice. So I said I am too, to try to like, and then he like doubled down. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually kind of funny. I mean, it's not, but it is.
And it's just like, it's funny because I'm like a very self-aware person, and I do know my like bad sides and
Your negative traits.
My negative traits. And for some time I was thinking, well, maybe I am a narcissist. But then all the psychologists says that if you ever think that you're a narcissist, you're not. Because they never ever they would never think that they're the problem.
Interesting.
Okay, so 3 months goes by. This guy starts to show his true colors, yeah? And you're still with him for a year and 9 months after that. And throughout this time, are you guys always together, or you're traveling, you're doing your own thing, and he's doing his own thing?
Both. We're trying to like be together. We're trying to live in LA together while I was modeling here. And yeah, there were like bad stuff happening that I don't really want to get into details. But at the end of the relationship, when everything like was so bad, I broke up with him. But I I never did him bad. I never ever like betrayed him or anything. Because he was doing crypto, I would be like, oh, and he was able to make like a lot of money from this one like meme coin. And I was like, well, can you invest my money there? And I don't know anything about crypto. I sent him my like 4K, and it was just on his account, but he like somehow connected it to my phone, so I could see like how money grow and how they fall. I could see like the price. And when I broke up with him at the time, there was like 14K, and my family, my friends were like, well, if you wanted to break up with him, get your money first and then break up. But I'm like,
always.
That's dishonest. That's
What?
weird.
No, that's smart. What?
That is not smart. Like,
Very
you love
smart.
no.
All right, we need to bring you into reality. We gotta
Yeah,
get...
exactly. He brought me to the reality. I'm not naive anymore. He did that. But at the end, he refused to like give him my money
Crazy.
back. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
You could probably sue him for it, take him to small claims or something.
no. So yeah. it
Well,
was
that's
bad.
more than 10K, so that's got to be an
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
lawsuit. But okay, so you break up with him, and then he keeps the money. What is his I'm assuming you guys have broken up multiple times.
One time before that.
Okay,
yeah.
so one time you got back together, and did he cheat on you ever
No.
that you know of?
No. I think he was loyal.
Why do you think this?
I want to believe that.
If you want it hard enough, manifest it. He didn't cheat.
What was his response when you broke up with him?
He was like very sad and devastated, I guess.
Oh, what do you mean? I guess.
No, he was, but it was crazy. Like at first he was like sad, blah blah blah, and then he's like, "Get out of my house." And we were living in,
Sure.
we moved to another place. I don't want to say where, but like we used to live in another city. And he kicked me out. He wouldn't even like let me
Get your
like
stuff.
debrief and like figure out where I would go. He's just like, "Get out! I don't want to see you. You're not getting your money. Get the fuck out." And I went to New York. I stayed at my friend's couch for like a few days while trying to find room, and then I found a room for myself and like moved there in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It was a nice time. And after that, like this crazy thing with like love bombing and this like toxic emotional trauma bonding, I still like, he did me so dirty, and I thought I hated him, and I did hate him for like so long. And then it's been like 3 or 4 months, and I texted him first that I missed him. Can you imagine?
Oh
Ew,
man,
ew,
no,
ew.
don't.
When
do
was
it.
this?
It was like
Don't
3
do it.
months after we broke up.
Okay, so 9 months ago,
Yeah.
you texted
So
him, you miss him,
Yeah.
and then
Because we had like this like podcast on Spotify,
Uh-huh.
and I was listening to it, and I'm like, yeah, I texted him that like listening to his playlist without him is sad, and we like started talking again, and then got back together, and we were like, okay, this time is like the last time. We have to put our 100% in this relationship. Like, I really love you. I don't want to lose you, but like I love myself more. And if like you're not gonna act right, I don't want this. So we were like, yeah, okay. Lasted for 2 weeks. All the same
It
problems went back.
never works.
However,
yeah.
he gave me some part of my money back.
You gotta get all the money back before you break up with him again. Like
some part
we
of
need
the
to teach you how this
4,000 or
works.
some part of the 14,000.
He gave me like 10.
He gave you 10K back. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. At least
thank
you.
you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you're in the black. You're like
Yeah. You made money. So
Yeah.
there is that.
I'm surprised. So I used to be a fuckboy back in the day. I'm a recovering fuckboy. Yeah.
Okay.
Not very shine romantic, of course, but yeah, back in the day. But to be fair, I was a professional fuckboy, right? I was always honest with girls. I would tell them, hey, I don't want anything serious, blah, blah, blah. And yet 3 months later, they would always get like super pissed when they found out I'm talking to other
Girls are
girls.
stupid.
And I'm like, I didn't even gaslight you. And I could have. I'm really good at gaslighting. I could have gaslighted. I didn't. I'm like, you gaslighted yourself. You know what I mean? But what's interesting is I felt like the fuckboy stuff never worked on Russian and Ukrainian girls. Like, I would get white girls, a lot of Asian girls, Latina girls. But like Russians and Ukrainians, I felt like they always like would like see through my bullshit for some reason.
Well, yeah, I'd say we're like more. We cut the bullshit more.
You do cut the bullshit more. Well, maybe not you, but other Ukraine, all the rest of them. But you still went under the rock. Yeah,
I'm not bullshit prone, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he wasn't, because he made me believe that we're like the soulmates and we're supposed to be together. And it really felt like that the first like 3 months. And then it was just, he was my biggest hater. Now that I like go look back at it, he was my biggest hater.
Crazy.
It's interesting to me because like you held on to this relationship over a 3 months, I guess, honeymoon phase. Yeah. And it's fascinating because you also said trauma bonding. What trauma bonding were you referring to exactly?
It's basically this like emotional manipulation when at first you're like so loving and then you just like super dismissive. And so the person thinks that the problem is like, I'm the problem, I did something wrong because he's acting weird. Like, why is he acting like that? He was so nice and now he's not. So you're starting to like question yourself and your worth. And yeah.
Did your dad ever make you feel that way?
He was, now that I'm thinking about, he was like the copy of my dad. And my dad is still texting my ex and refused to like unfollow him. And he's saying that like, I'm the problem. Like, why did you break
Your
up
dad?
with him?
Crazy.
My dad is like on my ex's side. And he's like, he was such a nice dude. You shouldn't have left him. You just left him because like he wanted more money, just like your mom. It's like, he started like putting this like weird parallels. And I'm like, Dad, please. Yeah, my dad is weird.
You know what's interesting about you is most people who went through something like that, right? Divorced parents, very bad toxic relationship, your dad's taking his side, all this kind of stuff. I feel like most people come out of that type of experience a little bit jaded, a little bit negative, but I don't sense that energy on you at all. You seem very positive.
I was very jaded at first.
You were.
But now I'm like, this year was like crucial for me in a sense of like changing myself and my mindset and beliefs. And I love now that I had those kind of experience because they built me into the person I am today. And like he totally like broke me into pieces, but then I like kind of rebuilt it myself in the more stronger version. And like now I will never like go through this bullshit again because like I've been through it. And yeah, I just love to have more positive.
Do you think things happen for a reason?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
For
Interesting.
Sure.
I used to never believe that until actually the reason I came to LA. So when I was back in college, I worked at Jimmy John's, like the sub place. And the only reason I took that job was there was a girl at the ice cream shop that was next door. So, during my breaks, I'd go talk to the girl and like chat her up and stuff like that. And I was like really shy back then. So I was like really bad at like talking to girls. So after like 3 months on my lunch break talking to her, I finally like mustered up the courage to like ask her out. And she said yes. So I was like pumped, right? So I'm like, okay, you get off at 7. I get off at 7 tomorrow. Meet me outside of Jimmy John's. I'm going to take you to the movies. Like, we're going to have a great time, right? So next day, I'm making the subs, and my mind is, like, completely elsewhere. Like, I'm, like, thinking, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? Like, I'm, like, pumped for this date, right? And 7 o'clock hits, and I look up, and I see her outside the big, like, glass window. She, like, kind of waves at me, and I get this, like, big smile on my face, like, big cheesy grin. And as I'm about to walk out, my boss comes around from out of the back and he's like, Zach, before you go, don't forget you have gum duty. And gum duty was once a week. Somebody had to like, get on your hands and knees and scrape the gum off of the tables and the chairs, like the bottom of them, right?
Wow.
And I look at the girl and I'm like, I cannot have this girl see me like on my hands and knees, like scraping gum. It's like bad for my brand. You know what I mean? So I look at my boss. I'm like, yo, like I will come in 6 a.m. tomorrow. I've been talking to this girl for 3 months. Like we got a date. And he's like, no, you're going to do it now.
What an asshole.
And I like look at her. I look at him like, I can't. And he's like, if you don't do it, then you're fired. And that day taught me like, there's two kinds of people in this world, right? There's the people that own the store, and there's the people that scrape the gum. And I was like, I will never be the fucking gum scraper again. And ever since then, I'm like waking up at 6 a.m. I'm like working on my YouTube channel. I'm like grinding videos every week.
Wow.
I'm stop partying. I like stop hanging out with people. I was just like dialed in. But like that made me think like maybe that was supposed to happen. I mean, as bad as it was at the time, and like as like pissed off as I was, like things maybe do happen for a reason.
For sure.
Yeah.
And do you guys know about like karmic relationships and stuff? It's the kind of relationship that are meant for you to experience, to like teach you lessons. And it was a karmic relationship 1,000%. Like I've learned so much. He like opened my mind to different perspectives, to some of them good, some of them bad. He did cause me a lot of pain, but like the love that I experienced and the lessons that I learned and the people who he introduced me to, it was like at the end of the day, it's all worth it. And like I'm grateful to him. And yeah,
It's a very mature attitude to have about it,
I'm
especially at
trying.
your age. You know?
Thank you.
Have you heard of 3 loves theory?
No.
So people say everybody has 3 big major loves of their life, right? First is like your first love. So like puppy love, high school, and you think it's going to last forever because you've never experienced anything else before, right? Second love is the toxic love. And that's the love that breaks you down and gives you the trauma. But it's also the love where you learn what you truly want in a relationship, and you learn about yourself, and you learn this is the person I am, so that you will be prepared when you meet the third love, which is your soulmate.
I love it.
And you can't, people think you can skip to the third one, but you don't even know what you actually want. Like you could see your soulmate and walk right past them because like you thought you wanted like the guy with 6-pack and TikTok hair, when actually you wanted the guy who was genuine and caring or whatever it is.
So true.
Yeah.
Like you cannot know that something is good if you haven't been through bad.
Yeah. So you got through at least the second one.
Yeah.
So
I honestly feel like my next boyfriend, like I want to make my next boyfriend my husband. Not like a make, but now I'm like I don't really date. And I'm just like, just know what I want and kind of like sticking to it and waiting for it. I want someone who's kind, first of all.
Bumper sticker.
Oh?
That's a bumper sticker. Continue.
Kind, compassionate, emotional, intelligent, smart. Good sense of humor.
what about let me ask you this, because this is something I struggle with sometimes. Do you typically go for the more masculine kind of like alpha type of guy, or do you more go for like the guy with like puts his pronouns in his Instagram bio, like sensitive?
I don't even know my type. It's like my type is weird. It's like mid ugly guys.
Ugly guys with good personalities.
Low-key.
No,
well,
it's a condition.
I think I love nerds probably, but not. And I love nerds, but not anymore, because I feel like the more the person is like smart and intelligent, the less they're like connected with their soul. It's like either of those. So now I'd rather choose someone who's like very like emotionally mature and like spiritually wise, rather than this like has computer in his mind and like knows how to make good money.
You need to start dating again. This whole strategy of not dating, because you have these perspectives that are not particularly accurate. You've like made up these things in your mind, and you think that they have any factual reality, and they just don't.
Wait, what do you mean?
And so, well, what her perspective of like, I feel like this is like, if this is the type of person, and then they're like lacking in this area. They're all different types of people. And the problem is you just describe like the type of guy that you like, and it lacks depth. They're very like genetic traits. And if you talk to most girls who struggle in dating or don't have a significant other that is what they're looking for, is because they're constantly going by these genetic traits. And so once you become self-aware and really get to know yourself, then you start to realize that like, okay, I know myself well enough to know what makes me feel what. But in order for you to really have those experiences, you have to date other people. And the dating other people aspect of it will teach you how other people will treat you and how those things make you feel. But more importantly, the reason why was that your first boyfriend, or how many boyfriends did you have? Your second boyfriend? The I don't know the first, the story behind your first boyfriend, but the reason why you started dating someone who is so familiar to your father was because this is a very very common thing. Like, you've heard before that like women tend to date somebody who's similar to their dad. And that's because humans are neurologically wired to seek someone, to seek familiarity, familiarity in their life. So they pick out these traits subconsciously in other people that make them feel like home. And so for you, especially because what age were you when your parents got divorced?
7.
Okay. That probably left some sort of a mark of abandonment as well. So that even more would push you towards someone who's familiar to your father, because you want to kind of fill that gap that he never did. Especially if he was kind of, I guess, negative towards like who you are as a person and didn't give you that validation that you needed. So you dating other people would help you more with realizing what type of person you actually are gonna want to be with, but in a more of a deeper level than just like genetic traits that a bunch of people might have. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. I don't see anyone, but I like try to go on a dates, also like coffee dates, because I cannot handle like a first dinner date. It just seems so serious and like unnecessary. Because if you're having a coffee date, if you don't like someone, you can be like, oh, gotta go. But if you're like stuck in the dinner, you can't really leave in case like you're not vibing with the person. And the worst thing there is like stick with someone and like the person who you don't really like.
And they're just boring. Yeah.
I just recently got Raya. I was like, okay,
I'll
check
no,
it.
don't do the apps. Don't go down this.
I've never been on the apps, but
Okay.
I just got Raya, and it wasn't great. No.
All the apps are the same. People are like, oh well, Hinge is the classy one. Oh right, they're all this. It's all the same pool of losers on all the apps. You're gonna get some dude with no headboard on his bed, no
think that's
nightstands, bed just smashed up into the corner. Like you're gonna get some dude who eats sushi with a fork. Like these are the people that are on these online apps. Yeah, you got to meet people in the wild.
Yeah.
In real life.
I'm having troubles to like socialize, and I'm not a very social person. Like if I go out, I don't feel comfortable, and I can't be like, I get crazy like introverted, and I can't start talking to anyone. So it's easier for me to do it online, I guess. But like the type of people that are on dating apps is like not the. Because like I've been always against the dating app, because for me it's like if the guy's like cool and good enough and like on top of his shit doing his work, he would not be like on Raya.
You don't got time to be
Yeah.
swiping and scrolling.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I'll give it a chance, and no, I deleted it like a week ago. It's not vibing with it.
What's the craziest date you've been on?
I don't really go on much, but there was this one guy who at first seemed like he, like on paper, he was super nice, but the feeling inside was like something's wrong. And like, we had one like coffee date, and then the next day he was like, oh, I forgot to bring you something. What's your address? And I told him address. He came up with flowers. That was super nice, super sweet. But then, like, the third day we went to get a dinner, also like super nice. He didn't make any moves. He was super respectful. And then the weird red flag was that he was texting me every like 40 minutes. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? I'm like, wow, it's so weird. It was weird. And then I asked him something, and he didn't respond to me in like 7 hours. And I was like, oh, you're playing games. Okay. I'm cutting the bullshit. I stopped responding to him, and he's like, oh no, I didn't know that it was like it mattered to you that much, like this kind of communication. Please forgive me. I'm like, it's not that I'm like mad and like I forgive you. I'm just not interested because like I'm not interested anymore because I see through this. And he started like being super weird about like calling me every second, trying to get a second chance, like literally almost like crying on the phone. He's like, oh, I thought my life is finally like getting better. I've never met anyone like so cool as you. And I'm like, wow, that's so weird.
That is weird.
Was he ugly or no?
No, he was kind of cute. I kind of liked him.
Was he cute for you, or would other people find him cute?
No, other people would find him cute,
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, again, that situation made me realize that it's kind of like nice and healthy to not be like a very agreeable and people pleaser and be like a little, have some boundaries, because once you're having a conflict, the person is like showing their true self. So if we didn't have this like conflict in 3 days, I would not, like, he would like still be able to mask himself into like a nice guy, and I would not know that he's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Have you heard of the conflict languages?
No.
So there's like the love languages
Mm-hmm.
that everybody's obsessed with. Oh, I'm physical touch, I'm whatever. Those are much less important to the actual health of a relationship than the conflict language, right?
Okay.
How do you fight, right? So there's like 4 conflict languages, right? So the first one is like the emoter, right? The person who gets angry and yells and screams, and it's not that they don't care about you, they just don't know how to like deal with their emotions, right? Second type is the processor, right? So these are the people who are like kind of like, look, I need some time, I need to like go away and kind of process everything, and then I can come back, right? And to the emoters, the processors, it feels like they don't care about the relationship because they're leaving, when actually they care so much that they don't want to say anything in the heat of the moment, and they actually want to think things through, right? So they need to like communicate that. And the third type is the avoider.
It's
and
me.
that's you.
Me.
And it sounds like maybe there was this other guy too, where it's kind of like, let's just pretend the problem's not here and like not say anything. And this is really bothering me, but I'm not going to say anything. And then after, 3 months of not saying anything, all of a sudden you get so pissed that's like the end of the fuse and you blow up. And then it's like, wait, why are you mad about this? But actually it's all these little things that have been like building.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
that's you.
That's me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm definitely processor.
Really?
Yeah. Girls always get mad at me because they're like yelling at me about something. And I'm just like, yo, I'm just like trying to think about this.
Oh, that's healthy. I love that.
Yeah. Actually, I'm the healthiest. I'm the best one. People should really learn from me is what I'm trying to say.
Wait, have you guys heard about 16 personalities?
16 personalities?
This is the best thing ever. This test from like
It's like an online quiz thing.
yeah, you guys should check it out. And also it's like so nice because it's even more accurate than the zodiac bullshit, the zodiac signs bullshit, because it's literally like how you operate and how you like see this world kind of. And it's also like, if you told me like what type you are, I could like look up their traits and already like know what kind of person you are kind of. And it would be like really accurate.
Interesting.
Also, it's very nice to see like compatibility in the relationship. So our compatibility was like so bad. I'm like more of this like fairy personality, and he's like
a
logical nerdy, like
fucking nerd.
Yeah, and
fucking
no emotions at all, just like logic. And yeah, it's like, it's how they say it, it's like nice to say true, but also if you love someone, you'll be careful with this true kind of, you can't be like, I want best for you, I'm telling the truth. If you want best for me, you'll tell this truth like very carefully to not cut me. Kind of.
You know what's interesting about your personality actually is you come across like very easy to talk to. Like you seem like a great conversationalist. But then you also say that you don't do well at parties, or that you have
2 people are max for me. Like
do you get social anxiety?
A lot. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm very bad with socializing.
Do you
when
think
I'm at the party, I feel super lonely and super like really bad. When I'm with like 2 people, 3 people is already crowd for me. Like 2 people, when we can just like talk about some like psychology, philosophy, and just like life and politics, history, it's like what makes me happy.
Do you think that stems from like when you're in middle school, everybody kind of shunning you and then feeling like, oh, fuck, I don't have any friends. People aren't supporting me. You know what I mean?
Wait, that's insane. I never thought about it this way, but it actually makes so much sense now.
You know,
'Cause I was always like outcaster in the school, would be like alone, and yeah, I would literally like cry when I was at home because like I didn't have any friends, and I would like hang out with my mom, my sister, and my aunt. So I was like always around older people.
You know how I know that?
How?
Because so my freshman year of high school, right? I was kind of a loser. I didn't have a lot of friends. My family was poor, so we got made fun of a lot. And there's this new kid to the school. His name was Nick. And he didn't have any friends. I didn't have any friends. I was assigned, they assigned someone to like show the new kid to school. I was assigned that. And so we instantly like clicked and we started, we'd eat lunch together and we'd have sleepovers and, play video games and together and all that stuff. And it was the first time in my life that I remember feeling like genuinely just happy. Like I'd wake up, I'd be excited to go to school because like, oh, me and Nick are going to eat lunch and like make fun of people and it's going to be fun, right? But then 3 months later, right, it's like winter time. And one of the football players started this rumor that we're gay together. Because, we'd have like sleepovers, but, we're just playing video games, whatever. And so to me, I was like, dude, Nick, you're my best friend. Like, fuck what everybody says. Like, I don't care what these football players think, right?
Oh, and he turned away from you?
I could feel him like, all of a sudden, oh, I can't come over. My mom won't let me. I'm busy. And then the moment it hit me was the first lunch after winter break, right? I go to lunchroom. I go to our usual spot, back right corner. And I see Nick from across the lunchroom with his like little tray, right? And he looks at me and we make eye contact. And then he like looks away really fast and like goes and like sits at a different table. And the crazy part was like, obviously I was crushed because I felt like I just lost my best friend. But what was worse to me was I got this huge wave of anxiety that people were going to see me eating lunch alone and think I'm a loser. And there's like the seniors in the lunchroom now. We're with the seniors and the juniors and everything. So I stand up and I start like snaking around the lunchroom, and I'm like shaking with my little tray and I'm like trying to look for a place to sit. And so I snake through the entire lunchroom. I'm like procrastinating it. I'm like, fuck, And finally the last table, I'm like, hey, like, is anybody sitting here? And they all like stop talking and like look at me. And they're like, yeah, go ahead, right? And they never did anything that was like mean or rude or make fun of me or anything. But like the entire vibe that you could feel was kind of like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing here? Like, we don't know you. And it was just so awkward. And so I ended up just eating lunch alone like the rest of the semester. But the crazy part is, to this day, if I like go to a party where like I don't know anybody there and like the person that I'm with like goes to the bathroom or leaves me for whatever, it's like it brings me back to that same feeling. And I feel like I'm like the kid in the lunchroom who like doesn't know who to talk to, you know what I mean? And like what is everybody gonna think of me, and like how do I like go talk to this like new people that I don't know? And like it's like one of those things that like I almost like developed this like character who's like funny and entertaining and says some wild shit to like become someone who is like deserving of love, if that makes sense.
Wow.
But I still like can't shake it. You know what I mean? It's like crazy.
I can relate to it so much. It actually made me almost tear up. Like, that's crazy. Kids are so mean. I fucking hate mean people.
I disagree though. I actually disagree with you on that.
No?
Because it looks like, oh, those kids were mean to me who like sat at their lunch table. But in reality, I was awkward and boring and shy. And I had to become a different person so that people will like me. And like, what are they gonna do? Like, pretend they're my friend? And like, oh, let's pretend like, and really they're like, oh fuck, Zach's sitting down. Oh hey Zach, like, huh? And then it's like this fake relationship
No,
I
I mean,
developed.
mean
You know.
people were the ones who like started spreading the gay rumors.
Oh, the gay rumors. Yeah, I guess that was kind of mean. But
I mean, you should raise your kids so they're like kind and nice and good
yeah, but it
people.
built toughness. You know, it kind of like.
You know, at school we had there was this one guy in our class, and he was kind of like, I still don't know his like diagnosis, but he was a little weird, like autistic kind of, and like people would make fun of him, and I would be the one who was like sitting next to him, like in the like school desk, right?
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
when we were graduating from the school, and we had like this like school dancing party, like the dancing party that they have after graduating.
Yeah. the
Yeah.
dance.
So everyone had their partners, right? He obviously didn't have anyone. I asked him if he wants to dance with me. So that like my parents would always raise me and teach me to like be kind and compassionate and like nice, especially towards someone who has it tough in their life, right?
That's how like my dad kind of taught me that, because he was a gym teacher. And so like in the teacher hierarchy, it's like the gym teachers are like the low part of the totem pole. You know what I mean? Because like, oh, you're just a gym teacher. You just tell kids to go play kickball. And he would always eat lunch with the janitors, because he was like, in his mind, he was like, oh, you think I'm like not good enough? And like, obviously the janitors are like the lower end of the social totem pole per se. And so he would always be like super nice to the janitors. And like every time I would like, sometimes I would go to his gym to like, he would like unlock it and like let me play basketball. And I'd always see him say hi to the janitor and like, hey, what's up? How you been? Ask about his family, like stuff like that. But I think that shit is so important, you know?
Yeah.
If I called your ex now,
Don't do that.
Let's get him on the show.
I don't know
Let's get
him,
on
so
the show.
I wouldn't be able to. But if I called him, what would he say happened? What would be his perspective of the breakup and the relationship?
I think in his head, he thought that I want to find someone like better than him, that I'm like looking for better options.
Well, I suppose that is true.
That's absolutely not true. I didn't have like anyone after him, and it's been a year, and he got a girlfriend after like 2 or 3 weeks.
But that is true, though. You want to be with somebody who's better than him.
Well, better not in the sense that like successful or like wealthier that he like thought.
Not because of money, but because of the way that he treats you,
Yeah.
because of the way
Yeah.
of him being, his personality, so on and so forth. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, but he thought that you broke up with him because of money
I think so.
or success.
I think so. Yeah.
Is that what most of you guys' fights were about?
No, it was just like I can't even go back to the fights that we had, because it was not about the fights. It was about the general like attitude and the vibe, right? There wasn't like something like, oh, you, I don't know. It was just like this feeling that I had that I'm not loved. Oh, I was literally like begging for him to say that he loves me, and he'd be like, "You're making me sad. Like you're offending me," or like stuff like that. And I would be like, "Oh, tell me, please. I just want to hear that like you love me." And he like would rarely do that. So yeah.
Should women submit to their man?
I would love to submit to my man, and if he's a nice, respectful man. If he is just like, submit to me and I'll be like treating you like shit, then fuck you. No, that's not gonna happen. But ideally, yeah, like if in my perfect like view of how it should be, yeah, I'd be down to submit, but only like in the mutual respect and love situation.
What is your idea of an ideal set of gender roles?
So I think personally, I wouldn't want to like clean the house, or I think cooking is like a nice thing because it's like showing a love, but I'm not showing a love if I'm like spending my time like washing floors and doing something that I'm not like excited about doing. I feel like I'd really love if like my husband can afford
A maid.
And nannies maybe for some time.
Sure.
Because like happy wife, happy life.
Oh, geez, not this.
No, but it's true. Like if I'm not stressed and if like if my energy is like on the top level, then I have energy to give to you, and I'm not just like dying because kids are like bothering me. I just cleaned the whole house and was standing in the kitchen for like 2 hours to make you a dinner, right?
Interesting. So here's my take on it. I typically date girls who are younger than me, right? So I typically end up taking charge in relationships, right? Last girl I dated, it was kind of funny actually. Worst driver in the history of mankind. I mean, we went to Six Flags once. The ride over was scarier than all the roller coasters.
Wow.
And one day she FaceTimes me. And she's like in tears. She's like freaking out. She's like, Zach, I got in a car accident. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, are you safe? Are you hurt? And she's like, yeah, but like, I'm like freaking out. And it turns out it was just like a fender bender, but like, she's like, emotionally. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, like calm down, take a deep breath. It's very simple. You're going to get out of the car. You're going to take a video of the situation. You're going to get their insurance info. I'll deal with the insurance. Everything's going to be fine. Like you're insured, like everything's going to be okay. Right. So she gets out. And out of the other car, this other girl gets out and she's freaking out and she's on speakerphone with her dad and he's walking her through it. So they end up just putting the phones like next to each other and I'm talking to her dad through the speakerphone, right? Mm-hmm. And so like I like doing that in relationships because I like taking care of shit and feeling like the man, right? But it's like in order for me to not feel used, like, it's kind of like, okay, if I'm paying for dinner dates and taking you out and dealing with your car accident and like paying the 14 parking tickets that like you never paid, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, you can't make the bed. Like I don't even care if it's cleaning. Draw me a picture. Just do like something to like make me feel like that you're putting effort into the relationship. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be like cleaning or cooking. Like we'll hop in the BMW, we'll go to Catch, we'll get a steak prepared by a chef who's made steaks the last 30 years, Mm-hmm. But I just feel like when I'm dating somebody, I need them to just show me in some way that they're making an effort the same way that I'm making an effort,
Yeah. See, that's why I feel like not cleaning the house, but like making dinners is a nice way of balance.
Like I don't want to do the dishes, but I'll make dinner.
Dishes are on you. Dinners on me, dishes on you.
Does height matter? Does height matter?
It's preferable. Yeah, but also, if it's like Tom Holland, right? He's shorter than me, but I'm so in love with Tom Holland. I'd be down to date him.
Why is that? Why are you in love with Tom Holland?
I think because of I like used to watch his interviews and just like the way he treats, and I'm so happy for them. She just seems like a walking green flag. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you love the persona that has been shown to the public.
Well, I can know his real persona,
well,
but the persona that I saw, I like it,
Yeah. And so that persona is what? Just like being respectful and being protective?
Being respectful and kind and just like nice. I don't know. It's all about the energies. Like you feel it. Mm-hmm. There's like a bullshit energy and real energy. His like real.
Got it. What's the shortest then you would date? If it was a very Tom Holland type.
I don't know.
Like if he was a Tom Holland type, but he was like 5 foot.
I'm bad at feet. Can you explain in like centimeters?
100 centimeters.
100?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What is 100 like? Isn't
that like this?
Like a little bit lower than 5 feet.
Okay.
Okay. So Okay. So 100. Because you're what? You're 178.
8.
Yeah. So let's say 150.
I think 172 centimeters is like the minimum.
Okay. Got it.
I had a friend. Well, technically she's my ex, but we're still good friends. But she's like 5'11", so with heels, she's like right about at my level. And she always comes to me for like relationship advice. We kind of have that vibe now as friends. And she would always date, like basketball players, NBA players, like people that were like 6'5" and up. Mm-hmm. And she's like, Zach, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I can't find guys who, want to settle down and they all have side chicks. And I'm like, yeah, you're going for guys who are like 6'5", rich, 6-pack abs. Like, of course, I'm like, you should focus more on personality and like other traits. So next guy she dates is like 5'6". Like he's like, I'm like, okay, you don't have to go like that short. Like you could go like maybe like 5'9" or something.
But is he a good person though?
He was. I met him one
nice.
time. Cool guy, successful, funny, charismatic. You know what I mean? And a couple of weeks later, I'm like, hey, like, is Dave coming out tonight? Because I actually like the guy. You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, what happened to that? I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, he came over one night. And she's like, I had a couple glasses of wine. And she's like, he walked in. And she's like, I gave him a hug. I picked him up. And I spun him around. And she's like, I watched his little legs like flail to the side. And she was like, in that moment, I lost all respect for him. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I'm like, it's your fault. Like, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you fucked yourself over. But I get it. Like, they didn't look good as a unit. You know what I mean? I saw them kiss once. It was like the dwarves trying to conquer the mountain in Lord of the Rings.
My God.
But he was a great guy, honestly. Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
What's the oldest you would date?
Like 10 years older than me. That's
So 32.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's 35.
Oh, 34.
34.
Not 35.
Not 35.
Yeah, 35.
34 is the limit. Mm-hmm. Why is 35 a no-go?
Well, even 34 is like a little much for me, but I have a celebrity crush and he's 34. So.
You're like, keeping my options open.
So it's interesting to me because all these traits and the limits that you've put on, height, Tom Holland, because the celebrity height. The age of the guy, this versus celebrity. So that's funny. Okay, so 35 too old, but then he'll turn 30. Well, I guess it's 12 years is basically what you're going for. Mm-hmm. So, because for as long as he keeps on, so then what if he gets married? Then is it going to go back to 10?
I'm going to be devastated.
Who is it? Maybe say his name.
I'm not going to say it, no.
Why? Is it embarrassing?
No, because manifestation needs to be low key.
Oh,
the moment you speak
Tom
it
Holland,
out, you lose your.
Tom Holland,
it's
you don't
not
really care
Tom.
about.
No,
Okay.
Zendaya has Tom. I'm like, I'm not a family ruiner.
I see.
I'm a girl's girl.
I see.
If Tom Holland came to you and said, "Oh my God, I didn't know that my soulmate was here. Everything with Zendaya is like, gone to shit. Like, our relationship is not good, but I want to be with you.
I saw you on the Unattainable show, and I just thought, man, this girl is my cup
if they're
of tea.
broken up, then yes. But if they're still in a relationship,
he'll say, I'll break up with her for you.
No.
You'll say no.
No,
I'm not doing it.
No, absolutely no.
What about this other guy? If he's with someone.
No, because it's like, it's all about karma. If I do this, like, then I get negative points and something bad will happen with me eventually. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. Uh-huh. I don't mess with karma.
I don't know if I believe in karma.
No?
Where's the karma for my mom for the haircut she made me wear in middle school? She's just having this great life. She's just living her. Everything's great. I'm like, when is the karma gonna come raining down upon you for that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You say you want a nice guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know who I want? I just realized it recently. I want a person who's on the same soul frequency level as me. That's like that's what I want. soul, same soul frequency. Because it's like, it's the best way to describe it. Because it's like all this like moral
The
compass
same
and
vibrational
beliefs.
energy.
What I like want and have, I want the person like.
Well, yeah, it's called compatibility.
Yeah.
You want to be compatible with the person that you're with. You want to have the
soul
same
frequency
values.
sounds way cooler though.
Of course, yeah.
Soul frequency.
I came up with this.
I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna tell people that.
Of course you did. That's funny. How do you feel about your partner? First of all, I'm assuming you're not into. So is monogamy the only type of relationship you want? Do you know what monogamy is?
Like one partner?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So no open relationships,
No.
no any of those types.
Mm-mm.
And what's the reason?
I think because in my head I have this image of like perfect fairy tale love and like soulmates, right? So if you're even thinking about someone else, then you're not my soulmate, like, right? And it's just like people are saying that it's like a delusional belief and that it's not right and there's no people like that, but I believe that there is, because I don't want nothing more than the kind of person I am, and if I exist, then a guy like me should exist too. Like, you know what I mean? Does it make sense?
It's biologically inaccurate. So, what you're describing is because you're denying the fact that biology exists. And men are wired different than women. And that's just the way it is, and you're trying to fight this corner. And so if you're thinking this in your head, right? You live in this dreamland of like thinking, and sure, it is possible, that you'll meet somebody who would tell you this. That is very, but in order for that to be true, that person would be suppressing their natural thoughts and just hiding them.
And having self-control, yeah. That's the key.
Yeah, but there's also a this is where it kind of like gets to when somebody says, something like that, which is, and I don't know you well enough to, assume this, but it's sort of saying like men are expected to accept women's hormones, while women are not expected to accept man's hormones.
Well, my hormones can make me a little sad and angry at you at the times, but it will not make me cheat on you. It's like, it's weird to compare those things.
Well, no, they're just set of feelings. You being angry and yelling at me for no reason. Yeah. Because of your hormones being all out of whack would make me feel a certain way. Whereas also,
compare that.
but it is, but because at the end of the day, these are all feelings. A person who is okay and is like in an open relationship, for example, just does not possess the same level feelings of like jealousy and possessiveness towards their partner than somebody else might. These are all just feelings.
They also might not love them like 1,000% as the love that I want and hope to feel. It's like,
yeah, that's a bullshit concept. You're making that up because in order for you to prove that, you're attaching a thing to it and saying that love makes a person want this person more than everything else. But if that were true, then you loving the other person would have to also be true in the fact that you would have to love them more than you love yourself. But that's not true because you love yourself more. And if you love yourself more, you love your own desires more. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why you broke up with your ex.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so you're saying that if someone cheats on you and they're like, oh, it was my hormones, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'm accepting your hormones.
Okay, let's talk about cheating for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference between cheating and lying?
Well, lying could be about like anything, cheating specifically like sexually.
Okay. If somebody lies to you, right, your ex or your wife, let's say, you're married, yeah, your wife lies to you and takes $5,000 a year out of your bank account.
Okay.
Yeah. And goes and buys a bag for herself. Okay. She never tells you, you see the 5,000 gone, and then you ask her, hey, what happened to this $5,000? And she's like, I don't know. I have no idea. and then later you find out that she lied to you. Yeah. Are you gonna break up with her? Or are you gonna get a divorce?
I probably would break up with her.
Yeah. Why is the reason? Why would you do that?
Because she stole $5,000 from me.
And this is betrayal.
And then I can't trust her.
Exactly. The set of emotion that you've created, the set of values that you for yourself created, is that you don't want this person to lie to you and steal from you, and that's your line. That's crossing the line.
Yeah.
If she lies to you and takes your car and goes and like buys you a gift, okay, but then you ask her where you're going and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna go see my friend.
Oh, but she's surprising me.
But she's surprising you.
Yeah.
But she still lied to you.
Yeah, but come on.
Now you're excusing the lie. Yeah, because because the intention at that point is what matters here.
Yeah.
But there's forgiveness. Because at that point, the value that you have assigned to this lie is very different than the value that you assign to the other lie.
Of course. Yeah.
Right? So just like that, the feelings that we assign is a personal choice. Somebody else would suggest that lying of any kind might not be okay. Somebody else might say, hey, there is forgiveness in some lies.
Yeah.
If she stole $5,000 from me, I'll try to sit down and be like, hey, why did you do that? And she'll say, well, I was afraid. I really wanted this bag, whatever. Or maybe I just stole this money because I wanted to give it to my family and I was very embarrassed. Right? The reason always changes the perspective. When somebody gives you the reason, you either become forgiving or you become hateful. But those feelings are feelings that you're in control of.
Yeah.
And so just like anything else, cheating is the same. If somebody cheats on you, and you say to them, why did you cheat on me? And they said, because we haven't slept together for a year. To one person, that might be a reasonable thing to say. They'd be like, well, I understand. I didn't give you what you needed, so you went and you cheated on me. To somebody else might be a line that they would never cross. And they'll just say, you know what? It's over. It doesn't matter what I did. So it's all about how we feel about it. And everybody's way of dealing with what they feel about certain things and their line and their red line is different. And that difference is what should give somebody a pause into thinking if how I feel and how I'm reacting to something reasonable or not.
Yeah, but there's an Overton window for this stuff. I mean, if a girl cheated on me and I'm like, why did you cheat? And she was like, oh, I wanted to surprise you. I'd be like, go fuck yourself. There's like a level of like, okay, well, like, yeah, technically, I suppose all of morality is relative. And like, it's just like whatever opinion you have or feelings you have on something. But there's like a normal set of like unwritten rules that everybody kind of knows. And if you break those rules, you know what you're doing. Unless you have a specific conversation with your partner and you're like, hey, I want to be able to cheat on you. Is that okay? Oh, sure. As long as I can cheat on you too. And then, we'll have this dysfunctional relationship.
Well, yeah, but that's not cheating. If you're in an open, that conversation would be in an open relationship.
Yeah.
But if you're in a monogamous relationship and somebody cheats on you.
Yeah.
And then if your wife comes to you and says, hey, I'm so sorry I made a mistake. I love you so much. I would never do this to you again. Mm-hmm. Right. And they're trying to ask for forgiveness and they're trying to go back to the place that you once were in. Yeah. Is it not going to make you take a second and think to yourself, okay, am I going to throw away, let's say you have kids, whatever, this whole marriage and my whole life over this one mistake that somebody made?
Yeah, sure.
It will give you a pause.
There's levels to it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about the person's intention. It's all about how they're going to react and what they're going to say. And, if they're asking for forgiveness, if they're not, what their reasoning is. There's just such a wide range of why people do the things they do. And so it's when you assign love to things, and when you say, if somebody loves you, then they won't do this, this, and this, and this. That takes away the truth of the fact that human beings make mistakes. And human beings do things that would come from a place that you might not be in the same space of at that point. because circumstances change and perspectives change. And the truth for you might be very different than the truth for somebody else. So the love that you describe might not be the same love that your partner might be describing. Because the love that you're giving that person is very different than the love that they're giving you.
So that's why I want someone who's like a mirror of what I want.
You're like, I'm so great. I just need to date myself.
Perhaps that is the most narcissistic thing that you've said so far.
Maybe, right? But I do not deny it, which means I can get help.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for your honesty and openness.
Thank
You were great.
you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but luck, happiness, and finding. I think you're great. For the record, I think you remind me of a lot of the things that you. First of all, like my wife's sister, she's now 16, but like when I met her, she was 14 years old, and you kind of remind me, like when you were talking about when you were 14 years old, kind of reminded me of like her and like her kind of maturity at that, at that age. And she's also very mature. She recently went to France and by herself and just like kind of like went around like seeing Paris and all that. But so I do kind of connect with how you are, and my wife is also like very mature, and so I think you kind of some of the things that you said are things that I've also heard her say before. And so culturally I kind of think that you're very you have depth to you, and you're a very good person. So I have no doubt that you're going to find somebody who's great. However, I think never stop learning about yourself and never stop searching to grow as much as you possibly can, because that's the only way you're going to find the thing that you want the most.
So true.
Yeah. To the audience, do the same. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.